We really don't need water. Yes, I know. What an insane thing to say. Imagine someone in the middle of the desert saying, I don't need water. I can live without water. To drink water is just a nuisance. I'm not going to waste my time by drinking water. Who needs water when you can have fun instead? But this is exactly what we do all the time. Jesus stood up and cried out, if anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. Our dry hearts needs the true water of life. But we shove him out of the picture and think we can live without him. We say we really don't need God. I can live without God. God is a nuisance. I'm not wasting time by going to God. Who needs God when you can have fun instead? Whether you experience thirst or a severe drought, see it as a physical representation, a visual display of your life and heart without God. Just like living without water, living without God will start with denial. We see that things go wrong in our own lives, but we blame others for our own created problems. We live in denial and think things will get better without God. We tend to say that these hardships will only be temporary. We try to convince ourselves saying life without God is good. It is not just one person suffering in our drought. Everyone close to us and dear to our hearts suffers with us. We try living without God in our lives, and sometimes we tell ourselves we're superior and we have everything we need. We don't need God. God is for the losers in society. God is for the ignorant masses. God is for the people who has not seen the light yet. We can argue with everyone explaining why we don't need God. But life without God creates an undeniable drought in our own lives. At this moment, we might be in the worst drought we've ever experienced in our own lives. Living lives where we conveniently forgot about God. True drought is to try and cope and live without God. Trying to cope without God is like trying to cope without water. I might say I don't need God. Drought is not real. It's a fable. It's something like Father Christmas or the fairies. You can say, in my life I have no drought. Drought? What drought? When you are thirsty, you are left with a decision. You either decide to start drinking water, quench your thirst with Him, or you can keep on denying that you have any need of God. What happens when you experience life without water? First, you cannot wash yourself and you feel dirty. With less water, everyone starts to smell. And later, we cannot smell each other anymore, because we smell so bad ourselves. Our dirty lifestyle becomes the acceptable norm. Our throats become dry. Our words change from hope to blame and despair. Without water, our body starts to weaken and our knees start to shake. We work harder for less and struggle to cope. Without water, we start to hallucinate. We see a mirage of solutions to quench our thirst. Those fake things we hope for, we chase after these mirages without God. And we get discouraged when we cannot catch them. And while your body starts to shut down, you hear your heart shouting, Lord, I cannot go on without you anymore. I have denied your existence. I have denied the fact that I need you. I have a severe drought in my heart and it's eroding me and it's squeezing all life out of me. And my loved ones suffer with me. You might say, this is nonsense, I'm fine. Just snap out of it. I just need to quench my thirst with some hot, chilly sin, and then I'll be fine again. But no, your heart shouts even louder. You know your life without God is going downhill. You know that you're going to die without God. Just as life without water pulls you to a halt, life without God is pulling you to a halt. A psalm of David when he was in the wilderness in Judah. O God, you are my God. With deepest longing, I seek you. My soul, my life, my very self thirst for you. My flesh longs and sighs for you in a dry and weary land where there is no water. Just stop denying the drought. Stop saying, I don't need God. The drought in your own life and in the heart of society will continue for as long as we reject the giver of life. Life without water starts with suffering and eventually ends up in a hopeless death. Water comes from above. We do need water and we do need God.